Hello, y'all. What is up? This is your educator friends here, Kyle, Howard, Cory, Camp, and then always it seems like he is always dropping off some great news for us here. We have Jeff Ritter here going to tell us about some the updates that you'll never see within the Sibme platform. And we're always kind of some smooth operators making additions to the Sibme platform to enhance the customer experience. So we're just always exciting time. Cory, Jeff, how are y'all doing today?
Doing good, Kyle. Definitely doing well. You may see a cat in the background. She's trying to sunbathe and find the best position to do so. But yeah, I'm back in my sunroom because it's now cool enough in the morning here. So, last time I think we had Jeff on, he said something about how Kyle and I were too early to be dressed in fall colors. So
that's exactly right. Well,
that's right.
Now it's fall.
Now I'm ready, and I've got my sweater cardigan.
You got your sweater. That's right. That's right. So yeah, we're doing good down here. Kyle, did you survive the storm last night? Man, we had a little bit of a doozy storm come through here.
Yeah. It kind of woke me up in the middle of the night. The rain splattered against the windshield, but we survived it in Houston. That's what we do. So
that's exactly right. That's exactly right. There was some big lightning and thundering too. So it was kind of a cool storm, but it was early. It was like 3 a.m. I was like, I need to go back to sleep. So
yep. Yeah. No, I think we've got some of a rain system coming through for us later this weekend. So as long as it doesn't come Saturday, because I have an outdoor, we'll be on the back porch for my 6-year-old is turning 7. So we'll be doing some, she's not my youngest. Well, she won't be come March because we'll have another one.
Right. That's right.
We're expecting in the camp household, super excited for baby number 4. But we're excited to celebrate her this weekend. So I need good weather for that because having 8 first graders running around inside my house is kind of a lot for this person. So
that's a lot. Been there, done that with my 2 older daughters. So yeah that's rough.
Yeah, I think the biggest kind of what did we do was couple years ago, my son, his birthday is just a week after Grace's, and we invited the entire football team thinking it was right after a playoff game, and it was kind of a hotter day that day. And I was like, it'll be fine. They're going to be exhausted. We'll fill them with some pizza. I'm sure most of them won't spend the night. Over half the team spent the night. And they kept going. We watched Little Giants, which was really fun because many of them hadn't seen that movie. Yeah. But they played football in the backyard until they couldn't see the ball flying around. And then they brought the football inside. But yeah, they were up to like 3 a.m. We were like, go to sleep. They took up 3 rooms in the house. Then I fed them donuts and called their parents early the next morning.
Come get them.
They're ready.
And your cat did make an appearance. She's
there.
Right there.
So, oh goodness, all over my favorite chair. Well,
that's right.
Well, Jeff, I'm excited. Let's get into our updates. And I love this was in Teachable Moments. If you didn't get a chance to view or read Teachable Moments that came out yesterday, is kind of the big feature of that article, the biggest update that we will never see. That's so share a little bit with us. What is this big update?
So, Cory and Kyle, the biggest thing we do at Sibme is video. And uploading your videos is kind of the most important thing in our system, and all the other stuff flows out of that ability. And so what we've done is we've taken what we did in Android and iOS, which was uploading while you're recording. We call it background uploading. We're going to upload your video as you're recording it, so that when you click done, when you click stop, that we're only uploading a little bit at the end, and then it's done. And so your videos are going to upload a lot faster. It's going to give you the ability to, if something happens to your internet during recording or during uploading, that we're going to be able to restart it when you get internet back. We're going to give you the ability to download the video in case you might need to re-upload. So there's some backups for you as well. And then we're going to give you the ability to see the video faster. What we do is once it uploads, then we have to turn it into the correct file type. But we're going to allow you to look at your video while it's transcoding in the background. And so as you said, nobody's going to see this. There's not something you've got to turn on like on Android or iOS. It's going to be done for you, hopefully early next week. But you'll notice that things are going to happen a lot faster and more efficiently, as well as giving you some backups in case something happens.
I think that's awesome. And I know, I've always been so impressed with how fast, and again, we never really did a big, announcement for our mobile app, but how fast those videos upload to the Workspace after recording them. Even when I don't have the best of connection, it will upload pretty quickly. And really for the web, most of the time, if I'm recording a video on the web platform and app.sibme.com, it's to do a screen recording or to go live, right? And those screen recordings, after I'm done, then there's this kind of wait box and I can't go anywhere else yet in Sibme until that video. And if it's a longer screen recording, it'll take, just a couple of minutes. But I'm still kind of like stalled there. I'm ready to go elsewhere and look at someone else's video or make a comment or annotate on a document. And so this is going to be huge for me as somebody who creates a lot of record screens in the web app. So I'm excited. I think this will be great. But again, it'll be one of those things that you'll just notice it's a little bit faster, but not really, see anything different.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And it's, we did this with Android and iOS as well. We didn't tell anybody, but we turned background uploading about a month ago on for everybody. And so everybody is receiving the benefits of that now. And we're doing the same now with the web app. And we really look at it as this is a big deal. I mean, this is our core functionality, and we want to make sure that it works really well and is the best experience for our customers. And that's what this is all about.
Yeah. Yeah. Kyle, do you have anything that you want to ask Jeff about background uploading or add regarding its benefits?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to mention that, especially for our folks who are, those classrooms, we all know those classrooms sometimes have the big center block walls, to upload, and we want to make sure that that process is seamless. When we're talking to these customers and to our educator friends, that they say, hey, we want that immediate feedback. And this is exactly the side of that can, that shows the benefit of providing that immediate feedback by seamlessly uploading those videos and making sure that you all have access to that as soon as possible, so you can make those notes and send those off and share to the folks that you need to be shared with. So I know that, like I said, it's the update that you'll never see. You kind of never think about until it actually is actually working, and you're like, wow, we a couple months ago or whatever we were having this issue, but now it's uploading while I'm working. So Jeff, do you have any other things you kind of want to highlight about some of the benefits our users are going to be able to see with that?
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I kind of glossed over, but you brought up the cinder block walls, and I think even coming out of COVID, a lot of schools haven't realized now how technology rich their classrooms are now, with students bringing devices and teachers having multiple devices, that the wireless is stretched. And so if something does happen during recording, sometimes we had problems with that, and now this is going to allow you to just keep on recording. We're not going to lose anything. And then when you have good internet coming back, you're going to be able to, it'll upload itself, but also that whole ability to click that download button and just save it to your desktop, so that maybe you need to upload it when you get home. Maybe the wireless is so kind of sketchy at your school, is, hey, I'm just going to download it. I'm going to have it right there. And if it does get uploaded, great. If not, I'm re-upload at home. So that whole ability to kind of recover from issues that might happen within your school environment is kind of a big thing. And we get that not every environment has the best wireless, and schools are sometimes having to go back and kind of fix and upgrade their wireless, and that takes some time too. So we've kind of given schools and teachers the ability to kind of, if there's something that goes wrong, we're going to be able to recover from it, and we're going to give you the ability to save it so that if you need to re-upload, you can do that.
And that's huge because we really have, and Jeff, I know you and I were just talking about this with our strategy team earlier this week. It's one of the biggest things I've noticed as I've been meeting with various schools is that their, bandwidth they're like, oh, it's just awful this year. Well, it's because of the influx of additional devices that are kind of pulling on that, and their infrastructure there weren't as many people in the building using it last year. So we're not realizing it until just now. So, and this is huge. This is huge for our coaches and our admins who are doing walkthroughs using the synced notes feature and simultaneously recording and taking those notes for feedback for those teachers, or teachers who are, doing those recordings using their webcam or doing screen recordings, showing others how they're using a particular tool, or coaches who are creating those. So that's huge because we've seen a lot more, especially with our screen recording, people using Sibme, not just to record instruction or professional learning sessions, like the live learning that's happening, but also to support preparation of learning by creating those tutorials or those tip videos and putting those in their library. So this will just make it so much easier.
That's exactly right. So
That's awesome.
We're really excited about this.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
And I just wanted to kind of emphasize that, the work that we're always trying to make your workflow easier and maximize the potential of what you do to benefit student achievement. But we also want to not just provide you with a whole bunch of features, but we also want to provide you with that reliability that you can depend on this as you applicate this to your workflow. You can depend on this to streamline your work. And this is another way, like I said, an update that you will never see, that you won't necessarily notice, and how big of an impact it can have on your workflow.
And I love to, I'll point this out. We don't want you to notice this. We want this, we don't want there to be problems. So we don't want you to notice this. We want this to be something that is just, oh, wow, it just works. And that's the way it should be. And that's our goal is you don't ever think about this. It's like, I finished recording, great. And I'm going to go on to my next thing. And meanwhile, it just does what it's supposed to do very quickly and efficiently and gets it done.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a true point. So it may not be that your internet is faster these days. It might just be that Sibme is working more seamlessly for you.
That's exactly right.
So what else do we have? I know you and the dev team, Jeff, they all work so hard. Again, these types of updates are very much a direct result of the hard work of all of our dev team. And we are so thankful for anything that they do to, fix a minor problem pretty immediately, or to help us think with customer feedback how we can continue to improve the platform. So shout out to your team for constantly working hard. So what are they working on right now? Anything that you can share with us that's maybe coming down the pipeline?
Yeah, we got some things coming late fall, early winter that we're going to kind of, give you a little teaser on, and I want to point out, you're right, Cory, our dev team works really hard. I think everybody's experienced document commenting now and have seen what a kind of revolutionary way to actually, have a discussion around an artifact, not just videos now, but PDFs and PowerPoints and lesson plans and Word docs. And, so they worked really hard and they're still continuing to iterate on that. So we've got some things coming down the line for document commenting, but the big one that's going to come later in the fall, winter is we're releasing an event appointment booking, Zoom calendar integration or Zoom integration, Google Calendar and Microsoft 365 calendar integration product. This is something that we've kind of have heard from, especially a lot of our coaches in the schools who need to have people booking appointments, maybe professors with open hours, office hours and things like that. We're going to give you the ability to very easily share your calendar within Sibme. People will be able to book. You'll be able to create events for a huddle so that everybody could meet. And the Zoom or the Office 365 link will be right there, and you'll be able to click on it and open, Zoom or Office 365. But it's this, again, making Sibme the place where anything around professional development, around coaching, around growth at work, this is kind of the extension of that to allow us now to hey, let's quickly meet and talk about that. We're having this discussion in a document commenting. Hey, let's just meet, and we can just create a quick event, get on Zoom, and then it tracks, for the purposes of maybe a coaching meeting. We can track this stuff in analytics, and go from that standpoint. So it's a big product, a big functionality piece. It's a big project, lots of moving parts because it touches everywhere. But we're looking for, that end of fall, beginning of winter timeframe for this release. And we're really excited because especially that appointment booking,
Yes.
it's going to be like, I'm going to be able to set my hours, my dates. And then if I'm free, it's going to show for somebody to book an appointment. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, that's huge. I've been using this past year Calendly as my kind of booking tool, and I just add that as a URL link into all of the huddles. But this will be great because I don't have to remember. There's been a few times that I've forgotten, and folks have reached out to me and like, where do I find your calendar? And I'm like, oh, let me go at it. Yep. But this will be huge to be able to do that. But then, it also will, like you said, be able to track those. I'm not having to go look on my calendar and, search a school or search to kind of see how many times have I met with them. It's going to, again, keep all of your data regarding those professional learning activities and events, whether they're asynchronous, which we've always done really, really well, and capturing the live instruction piece, we've done well. Now we're really kind of bringing in that whole picture of those live interactions and meetings too. So that's huge. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yeah, and you mentioned the asynchronous. We're also going to actually allow you to book an in-person event as well, because we know now that since people are coming back to school, hey, I might want to just meet in person. But again, it puts it on your calendar. It's there also on your Google Calendar or your Office 365 calendar, so that you'll get the reminders that you like from your personal calendars. But it also will track those in-person events as well. So so it's a good kind of all-encompassing thing.
Yeah. And I think we've really seen a need for that. I even noticed my Google Calendar made an update, I guess it was a few weeks ago, where you could kind of say, where is this meeting? Is this meeting going to be an online meeting? And are you going to meet virtually? Where are you working from? Are you from home or in the office today? So I think we're just realizing, especially as we're continuing to do more hybrid things, we're keeping some of the more virtual aspects from what we experienced in the middle of the pandemic or early in the pandemic. People are keeping those. My son's 504 was a Zoom meeting. I didn't have to go into the building. So I think that's great to be able to decide those things and have, sometimes I want to go into a teacher's classroom. Other times we can just meet virtually. Yep. That's awesome. I can't wait. I know we'll have you back on to show us how that all works and all the bells and whistles. So wonderful. Well, thanks so much for joining us today, Jeff. Kyle, anything else for Jeff today?
No, I was just going to say, we all know that, seeing is believing me. So I know that Jeff's going to be able to come back and show.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Show us great updates, and we'll have him back on the show as well. So we're excited about that. So that's really all I have for Jeff. But we're excited to see these updates that we'll never even notice happen.
That's right.
That's right. That's perfect. Right. Well, thanks for joining us today, Jeff. We'll see you again soon.
Yep, my pleasure.
All right, Kyle, I just want to take a quick moment as we wrap up today just to give a shout out to one of the campuses I've had the pleasure of working with, Bear Creek Middle School. Their leadership team has really been looking at how can they balance the organizational administrative tasks that they have as leaders with the instructional support of their teachers. How can they, move beyond just a walkthrough or an instructional round to being able to really have some of these in-depth conversations instructionally with their teachers on a frequent basis, and still be able to kind of get everything else done. I think this is a common thing that many of our leadership teams, especially our administrators, struggle with, especially this year as they've got the added COVID protocols and who's in and who's out, quarantine, close contacts, all of those things. So we met and talked a little bit about how I can streamline their walkthrough process and kind of use that data collected within the platform. And we also talked about some different ways they can do their instructional rounds, which was kind of exciting because I was able to pull some things from one of our upcoming courses on instructional rounds with video. And so now they've got several different ways to do the rounds process enhanced with video, whether it's everybody from the rounds team going into that classroom as they did before, but now they're capturing the video of it so they can use that in the debriefing, all the way to completely virtual rounds where no one's additionally walking into the teacher's classroom. The teacher is able to use the live stream feature and stream that to the team from their own locations. They can view it, they can collect their data and make their comments. And the teacher also is able to see that data that was collected as well. You see that video. So I'm super excited. I can't wait for them to kind of get started in using some of those workflows in the platform. So
yeah, that is great. And I also have a shout out to as well. I'm going to go ahead and shout out our team who is actually on the road. We have David Taggart out in Washington at the Washington Fall Conference. We also have Hank Brand, who is at the PLC conference down in Las Vegas, Nevada. So, oh, yes, I know, right? So, all friends, so if you're in Washington, or if you had the chance to go out in Vegas, if you had the chance to meet with us at the Sibme booth, please stop by, or you can always and link up with us via our What's Up Wednesdays or our other Coach Replay shows as well. Another shout out that I want to give is that we did mention the teachable moments earlier on email that went out, but we do have the Sibme Champions. So all our folks that are in the Sibme community, we do have the chance to join our program, the Sibme Champions. It gives you a great chance to network with other educators, other leaders around the Sibme community to help share ideas and also some participation of points that we can see. We can do lunch and learn, some gifts as well. But also we're thinking about growth, so always trying to grow and trying to get better within our Sibme community. So if you had the chance to receive the teachable moments of the Sibme Champions, please fill out that form, or you can always, like I said, contact us, and we will love to always extend our Sibme community.
Yeah, we've had some great folks already apply to be a Sibme champion, and we've got lots of different ways people can engage with that, whether you are a blogger, or you're big on social media, or you prefer the in-person conferences, or you just want to be able to give us feedback on as we have these new releases. So lots of different ways. You'll see all of that in the application. Definitely apply. I'm so glad that you brought that up, Kyle.
Yeah, definitely. We want when the conference, we want y'all to have the Sibme shirts. We want the Sibme that is the cool people, okay? The cool people, okay?
The cool kids.
We are changing the way that people learn at work, okay? Right. So we are the cool people. So please join the community. Spread the word. Be a Sibme champion.
Yeah, as Brian McGill says, do what the cool kids do, right? All right. Well, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on your favorite platform to be able to continue to get these types of updates with Jeff and the team, but also hear stories of other folks and how they are changing the way people are learning at work in their own organization. So like, follow, subscribe. You'll also be able to see when we go live for our Coach Replay show, which is perfect for instructional leaders, coaches, and teachers. So we'll be live again this Friday. Tune into that, and we'll see you all next week on What's Up Wednesday. Thanks for joining, everyone.